Hey everyone, it's Ashton Breitbach, and I want to answer a message that somebody sent me asking me, they're like, how do you do what you do? And to be truthfully honest, it's my God, it's my faith that pulls me through. And I can't describe 100% what it is and how it does it. I just know that it's that. Um, I've learned so much and I've grown so much through my journey. If you don't know my story, as short as possible as I can make this, because it's been a 5-year journey, I had back surgery on my L5. I had half my disc removed. I was overweight. I was 238 pounds after my third son, or my third child, and went through a journey of getting healthy and fit because I thought I almost died. I thought I was going to die during my labor with my son. And I knew I wanted to be there for my kids. Dealt with a 6-year breakup, then dealt with some more crazy relationship situations during that time. So here I was, a single mom of 3, and just in a big struggle. I mean, it's not easy, but I decided to, continue. I went on this journey. I lost 100 pounds in 18 months. I became a coach to help others achieve success in their life through health, because my journey started with health and fitness. I became more confident. I became more positive. I had more energy. I just felt great. And so I went on this journey of, we read personal development as a coach. That was one of our vital behaviors that we did. So I read all these books and got into going into church and everything. And even during church, I was in a relationship that before I knew Christ, and it was hard to break that habit when that's what we were used to. And he was married, working on his divorce, and but he had to go through something else first in order to start the divorce process. But during that time, let's just say he conceived a child. Not let's just say, he conceived a child, and he got his wife pregnant. And it was something that was hard for me because we were supposed to be together. And it was, due to alcohol and wanting to, anyways, guess what? I'm married to this man, and I love him with all my heart. Everything is in God's plans. I went through such a hard time and depression, I want to say, because, I was like, you don't love her, but yet you can do that. I didn't understand. And all I can say is that it grew me closer to God. This was the purpose that this happened, and I forgave. And it was still a struggle. I mean, if any of you guys know that have been in relationships that have been unfaithful, you've gone through, somebody broke your trust. Getting that trust back, or being able to fully 100% trust them, yeah, it's a dang hard thing. And I was back and forth, and I had these really high ups, and then I had these really, really downs. And all I could remember is I prayed to God. I went to church, and I continued to grow closer to him. So back even before I started my walk and my journey, when I read these personal development books, talking about mindset, talking about attitude, talking about positivity, all these things hit me. You can search all these different quotes and everything, and you'll hear, for me, it's a waste of time. You're either going to sit here happy or you're going to sit here upset. You're going to be at your job completely 100% angry because of something that happened, or you can suck it up and be happy. And so to me, I have my moments. I still have my moments. I know that, to me, I call it the devil, because that's what he is to me. He will attack me, tell me I'm not good enough for things because I've been walked over in my life, tell me that I'm not going to achieve these things, these great things that I want to achieve, that I can't do these things because I'm not good enough. And he'll try to tear down my confidence. He'll try to tear down my strength. And I have to take a moment and just breathe. And then I get back into my words. I write certain scriptures down that mean things to me, that will hit me, that reminds me, no, you know what? I might be nothing on this earth, but I am something. God created me here for a big purpose. To have faith, and all these other little scriptures that I've wrote down that remind me that through Christ I do have strength, and the love. We're going to go on a whole nother aspect. I'll have to make a whole nother video on unconditional love. There is no way to describe the love that God has for us, and when those that know God, that love, oh my goodness. That's a whole nother rant. So anyways, back to my question, or back to my message here. How do I deal with what I do in every single day? I see the bigger picture. I'm not just here. I used to be this girl who wanted to please everybody, that always felt like her life was a complete just disgrace. Like, I messed up. I had 3 kids with 3 different people, and I was never married, and I got kicked out of school. I got kicked out of school for smoking up. I was into drugs. Where's the next party at? Here's this girl who just led into the ways of the world. And I didn't understand that at that time. And so now I have a big passion, and I want to reach the youth. I want to reach younger people and share the love of Christ with them, because that's where it's at. I can't, I'm sitting here just full of smiles because I can't describe it. You just have to feel it. But how do I get through my days? Well, me and my husband have 5 kids here, 1 on the way, and they're siblings. They don't get along all the time, right? Communication is huge. I sit down my kids, and whenever they are in an argument or whenever something happens, they sit down. I make them hold hands, and then I make them talk. And usually they end up laughing because they don't want to hold each other's hands. It doesn't work. But I breathe. I don't get upset with them. It's their kids. It can be frustrating at times, but again, I breathe and I remind myself that, what would I do without them? It's a blessing to have the kids, and it's a blessing to deal with their messes, and it's a blessing to deal with their arguments, even though, that's the way that I look at things. I flip my mind switch, if that's what you want to call it. It's my mindset. It's how I think about things. I never thought about things like that. I'd get so pissed off. I'd get angry. I'd get frustrated. I would, I didn't even want to deal with them. And now I'm like, no, let's work together. We're a family. Let's communicate. Let's figure this out. Let's love each other. I mean, what if something were to happen to one of them? You know, I give that situation. I'm like, you get in an argument with your brother or sister, and then they go off. And what happens if something happens to them? We have to live each and every single day, and I remind that to them. We have to live each and every single day full of love and full of forgiveness. And it doesn't mean that you can't go through an anger moment. You can't have, you're going to have the emotions, but you have them and then you get over them. You can't drag it on and drag it on and drag it on and drag it on. And, forgiveness, oh my goodness. It is huge. It is huge. I forgave my boyfriend at that time, my husband now, and I do. And I'm very, very open with him. There was one time that I was like, I wanted to go through his messages. No. And that was the devil pushing me. And I told him about this. I was like, I wanted to go through your messages, but I didn't. And he's like, well, that doesn't make me feel like you trust me. And I'm like, no, because I didn't. I'm like, the thing is that's, the devil's going to hit me with these things that happened in the past. He wants me to worry on all these other things so I can't contain and grow the blessings that I have in my life that God has placed right in front of me. My husband is a blessing. Our children are a blessing. Everything that we get, everything that's provided to us is a blessing. The air we breathe, the food, all of it is a blessing. And I had to tell him, I'm like, no, listen, he's going to attack me in this way. He doesn't want me to, he wants to break our marriage. I mean, we're following Christ. We're in this journey. And anyways, I could get so sidetracked and probably talk for an hour, and you guys are probably like, okay, this is enough. But I was like, no, because for number one, I trust in my God. I trust that if anything, I trust God. And then two, I trust my husband. So I have to flip my switch when I have these moments. I don't let them antagonize me. I don't let them take over. I don't let them overpower what I truly believe in. I don't let little things frustrate me, because that's not why I'm here. Like, there's this bigger picture. So again, this video is long enough, but all I want to say is that it starts with your mind. And if you are a faith-filled person, you know that is where the devil attacks you. And if you're not a faith-filled person, you still know that you have your little itty-bitty thoughts in your mind that go over. 1 second. Kennel up. He's another one of my hassles. Our dog. I think he's worse than kids. Love him, but he's worse than kids. Kennel up. Kennel up. Kennel up. Thank you. So, your mind is going to attack and attack and attack and attack you and tell you all these things that are not true. They're not true. But you have the choice to believe what it is that you want. And when those moments happen, this may sound stupid and crazy, but you need to tell yourself over and over the real things, the true things, the things that are, that you, I don't want to say you believe, because maybe you're like, I am a failure. I'm addicted to this, or I'm doing that, and blah. You have choices to make. Live it full of anger, or live it full of love. Live it full of sadness, or full of happiness. You have that choice. And guess what? A lot of things you can't do on your own. We weren't here to do things on our own. It states it right in the Bible. I don't know the scriptures, but I'm going to tell you right now is that we were created here to love God and love one another, and that we need to work together in order for this all to work. So getting help. My husband and I go to marriage counseling with our pastors, and we don't have to. It's not like we don't have a horrible marriage, but we do it because we feel fulfilled after it. It keeps us going in the right direction. You think of a car, how many of you guys have driven cars that are out of alignment? You're trying to go in this one direction, in this one path, and be fulfilled, but here one thing is off and it's veering you. You can't go straight unless you get my picture, right? So we go to counseling. I read personal development. I read the Bible. I go to church on Wednesdays and Sundays. I always try to, I work on the things that aren't going great in my life. So you have to make a choice, and getting help is not a bad thing. Through my health and fitness, I had a support group, and that's why I run support groups. I run support groups for health and fitness. I run support groups for our Bible plans that we have. I'm going to tell you right now, get help. Reach out to someone. Make a choice in your life to live it fulfilled with love, and you decide how you want to live. All right. Long enough video. I could go on. Love you guys. Thank you for watching. Subscribe so that there's more, and share so that we can continue to reach more people. Love y'all.